Hello, 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 my beautiful mermaids and mermen, my sea sponges of the sea, my fellow Pisces. This is our daily vibe from our guides and messages for March the 25th. Wow, this is hump day. This is Wednesday. Let's see what we've got here as we navigate through yet another week with our tarot messages. Working again with the pink oracle deck. Coming in with our first card, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Our next card is the Fool, followed by the Seven of Pentacles, and our final card is the Ace of Wands. Okay, opportunities coming in. All right, so our first card says relax. You know, we're halfway through the week, and it says relieving stress or tension and relaxing by distancing from intense thoughts. So again, we are the most sensitive sign on the zodiac. I was speaking to another fellow friend of mine who is out here as well doing what we do. And I said to her, it's like we were thrown in a jar and all the other signs together and they shook that jar. That's who we are. We're the Pisces. We're mysterious. And we do tend to get up in our head. And we do tend to be sensitive to energy and thoughts and things around us. So we feel energy a lot more than a lot of other people, and being extremely empathic, it jumps on us, right? So it's time for us today to just breathe in and breathe out, okay? Take yourself to that time and place and time where you're quiet. You can quiet. Even today, if you're working, and you're doing your job, you're out doing your brick and mortar job in your career, even if it's your lunch hour, get outside and breathe some fresh air. I don't care if it's raining, snowing, whatever. Get out into nature and allow yourself to feel and breathe in some fresh air. A new perspective, looking at new scenery, getting out there. Nature is one of the best things we can get out into to relieve ourselves. We can listen to the sounds. It distracts us from our mindset. Even if you're listening to the traffic, you have this ability to block out the stress that you have been carrying. So relax, to do something to distract yourself. Now relax. If you can go and find a place to sit quietly, that would be the best option. And relieve that stress and tension today. It doesn't take a long time to do it. You don't have to spend hours. Now, we come in with the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is all about taking your time, not rushing. He doesn't go charging in on his trusty steed. This particular knight, he's the slowest moving knight out there because he's detailed. He pays attention to that. He makes his plans, detailed plans. He's focused. He doesn't need to go running in, and let his heart lead his head. He lets his head lead his heart. So making plans, thinking about what's best for you today, strategizing, and going towards your goals that way. Don't allow yourself to go in quickly. Don't accept the first offer. Don't sign the first contract. Read between the lines. Any contracts that you're looking into, make sure you're mindful and careful of that. Coming in next, this is all about taking your time. Now, we've got the family card, and it says connection, unconditional love, support, shared history, belongings, protection, and emotional bonds formed through blood or chosen family. This could be a day you're connecting with your family, even if it's a phone call to your family, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, cousin, whoever the case is, or your chosen family. Okay, if it's not blood family. This is a connection that maybe Spirit's saying they're calling out to you. You need to connect. Maybe you've been thinking about them. We have all done that. We're thinking and thinking about a person, then finally we get in touch with them. We find out that they ended up in the hospital, or they had to have surgery, or something happened in their family, or they whatever. This is the card that says today might be the day. If you've been thinking about somebody, pick up the phone. Okay, give them a call. Coming in next, we have the Fool. The Fool is all about taking a leap of faith, going after what we want. She's standing on the precipice there, ready to take a leap. She's not there. She's unsure. Well, you know why? Because she isn't completely prepared. This is the card I always tell you. Don't jump off that cliff till you check your parachute, okay? This is a card that says once you get all your ducks in a row, you're going to be ready to launch. This is a launch you're making into something new. You're nobody's fool, and that's why you're preparing yourself. Now, coming in next, we got a great card called Surprise, and it says an event that occurs suddenly and unexpectedly. So you may be receiving some little gift of endearment. Something might come in the mail. You might get that phone call or that text or a card or some gift of endearment that you're going to get. And it's going to be a surprise, but it can also be things that come in at work. Maybe you're getting a new job position. Maybe you're getting a raise, a bonus, a pat on the back, attaboy, attagirl, congratulations for something. Surprises are wonderful. And this particular one says that there is going to be an event that occurs suddenly and unexpectedly today. Now, coming in with that, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, needless worry. He's planted his seeds and he's saying, well, I put all this work into something. Why the heck am I not seeing the return and the rewards for my hard work yet? Well, Pisces, that's us, right? We want everything, as I say yesterday, ASAP, but we need to stop and realize in the real world that's not possible. And I always say anything worth waiting for is there's a reason for that, okay? But this is a card that says everything's going to work out. You're worrying unnecessarily, okay? You've done the job well. You planted your seeds well, and you will. You're probably seeing success in increments slowly and gradually, but it's coming. Now, coming in next, we have the Mixer. Interesting. The coming together of differences, chaos, confusion, complex situations. Okay, so remember I told you as a Pisces, I feel like they threw us in a jar with all the other signs and shook that jar. And then we came out, we flew out. But you're going to be getting together and you may be discussing or having debates, conversations with people whereby you're communicating. And there could be a little bit of, differences that you are discussing. But don't get confused. Be clear, okay? This could be a complex situation. Don't jump in the heat of the moment with the roar of the lion and say things that you can't take back. This is about not only being able to teach, preach, and convey information to others in this conversation, but to be able to be a good listener as well. So let's do that. Let's take a breath and let's get together and let's mix our ideas up so that we can, it's like the teamwork is dreamwork card, right? Now, coming in next, again, we've got this Ace of Wands, and aces are the beginnings of all new things. And this particular one says this is something you're going to want to take action, you're getting enthusiastic about, you're excited about it, and maybe you're making a change somehow in your life that is getting you that feeling, that inspiring feeling. This could be, changing careers, getting a new job. This could be anything that you're inspired about doing today. But the Ace of Wands is a great card that says, Carpe diem, seize the moment, my beautiful Pisces. Coming in with that, our angel card number is 2121. So this is a six taken into a single digit, and that's the Lovers, right? That's making wise and concise choices on a heart level, being emotional. But this is success and wealth in this deck. Balance, finances, wealth, success, cycles, what goes around comes around. So what we put into a situation, whatever we invest our time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears into, and we're enthusiastic about, we're going to see a return. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you are experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? Well, something new is coming in here. We've got this Ace of Wands. So don't be afraid to jump in, but be prepared. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Taking your time and being prepared, then you're ready to launch and jump into this new beginning, this new thing that's coming in. All right, our first card coming in for additional information is Meditate and Manifest. Okay, relax, there it is. And the next card is Forgiveness Brings Peace. Okay, this is this discussion we're talking about. Dipping into savings. We had that yesterday. And a voyage or a trip. What's on the bottom? Let's see. Risks. Be mindful. Okay. Tread carefully. Don't get involved in anything that's too risky. Okay. Weigh your options. Now, manifesting and taking your time here with this relax. Forgiveness. Remember when I talked about the Mixer, dipping into savings might be something you might do because you're enthusiastic about launching into something new. Voyager trip. Maybe you're dipping into savings to take a holiday. Maybe you need to do that when you relax. Even if it's a weekend or a respite or an overnight stay where, I mean, I've done that. I've taken a couple of overnight stays where they've got an indoor pool and a hot tub, and I can sit in the restaurant and enjoy a meal without having to worry about cooking, and taking my time to read in my room and any beautiful things, and walking in maybe some new location. It doesn't have to be, an exotic Caribbean holiday or European trip. And we've all done those too, but just taking a little bit of a voyage or a trip. Maybe some of you are planning a big trip. I love to travel. Do you? Well, I will see you soon, my beautiful fellow Pisces. I wish you a great remainder to today and a beautiful, beautiful, optimistic, healthy, happy, prosperous, and successful week. Always know I stand in this circle of love and light for you, and I'll see you soon, my beautiful fellow Pisces.